Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we are doing something completely new. We are going to wizarding school. Yes, we are, and you might be like, Laura, what are you doing? Well guys, this is going to be fun, and if you trust me and come on this journey with me to Horse Hall, you will see that this will be a lot of fun. Now this is a visual novel with choices that you make that determine what you actually do and how you proceed. So I'm going to read you the description. Now this has basically been touted as the kind of knockoff of Harry Potter. So that is exciting to me because I love Harry Potter. So you have been invited to attend a magical school. Here you can make friends, learn dozens of spells, face exams in the school dungeons, run for class office and try to find a date for the May Day ball. But be careful, you might end up in detention, be lured into a secret society, ooh, be forced to marry your professor, ew, or even be expelled. Every puzzle has multiple solutions. Oh no, I didn't know there was puzzles. And the path that you choose is up to you. Are you a good witch or are you a bad witch? So this is completely different from my channel, guys, and my channel is and will always remain a Sims channel, but from time to time I'm going to throw a few curveballs at you, and this is the curveball that I'm throwing at you today. So let's see where this is going to take us, shall we? So we're going to start a new game. Now this, oh wow, love the hair, love the hair. Now first of all we're going to create our character to take us to Horse Hall, and this will have me doing silly little voices because I want to try and voice the characters. So, you know, you're going to see my terrible attempts at different accents. So, if anything, it's worth sticking around for that. I'm going to call her Tallulah Sugar because Tallulah is a name that my gran calls me whenever I'm not being great. Or whenever she thinks that I'm out of order or out of line, she will call me Tallulah, although since I've grown up my gran very rarely thinks I'm out of line, but there you go. Right, Tallulah Sugar. So what will we make her hair? So let's have a look. So, no. That's cute. Oh, I love that. That's also glamorous. Yeah, I think I'm sold on the glam and we're just there, so let's go for the glamorous. And we have to have red hair because she's a sugar, so she has to have red. There we go, red almost purple hair. And we have 4 different face types. Wow. Those are some big ass eyes. Let's go for, I don't know if I like them, although kind of cat eyeliner. Going to go with that. I'm going to leave the green eyes because that matches my eyes. And skin colour, I am super duper pale, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And body shape, yes, we will pick number 2 since number 1 looks like the Hunchback from Notre Freaking Dame. So let's go ahead and do this. Now this is the first time that I'm playing this, so you're experiencing it as I am. So let's go with Tallulah Sugar. It all started about 3 years ago on my 13th birthday. I was playing tag in the back garden with my friends, but when I tried to jump out of the way of the girl who was chasing me, I jumped so high that I flew all the way over the hedge. At first, I couldn't believe it was real. No one else could either. Within a few minutes, they'd all convinced themselves that nothing unusual had happened. Then the next day, a strange old woman showed up at my doorstep to offer me the choice of my future. So obviously, it's Hagrid in Harry Potter, but we're using an old woman in this. And now here I am, 16 and on my way to Hogwarts. No, Iris Academy, an actual school for magic. The school lies in a hidden valley in the Green Mountains about 150 miles from my home in New Hampshire. My parents drove me out here, but we've already said our goodbyes. I asked them to drop me off at the outskirts of the school grounds so I could walk the rest of the way on my own. I knew that Dad would cry and make a fuss over me before letting me go, and I didn't want my new classmates to see me for the first time looking like that. Actually, I'm surprised Dad agreed. He's always been a little overprotective. Maybe he's finally recognising that I'm not a little kid anymore. Anyway, it means I have to carry my own suitcases, oh no, which contains all that I have to my name for the next 9 months. months. Not many clothes because we'll be wearing school uniforms all the time, but I have some books, pictures of my friends and family, and decorations for my new room. Wow, look at this. This looks like a posh private school. There it is, up ahead. The campus looks more like a very posh boarding school than a home for wizards and witches. Exactly what I just said. Pretty buildings, lots of trees and wide open spaces. Summer is still lingering here and the leaves haven't yet started to turn. So it's September the 1st. I walk a little faster, feeling slightly too warm in this long robe and cape. Why are you wearing the robe and cape already? You're just arriving. Flower beds and arches stretch out around me, so many doors and windows, and they all look the same. There are 3 residential halls for girls and 3 for boys. I've been accepted to I've been accepted to Horse Hall, which is for adventurous girls, whatever that means. Well, adventurous girls can mean very many things, Tallulah, but never mind. The other 2 halls are called Butterflies, who are probably girly girls, and the Snakes. I'm not sure who would want to be a snake. I'd much rather be a horse. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly where Horse Hall is. I have a letter about freshman orientation. Where did I put it? I looked down at my suitcases while I walked, trying to remember which pocket I stuck the letter into, rather than putting my suitcases down and looking in my pocket, when suddenly I bump into someone. Oops, sorry. He's an older man in school robes with no hall symbol on them, which means he's probably a professor. This girl's intelligent. This is not a good first impression. Sorry, sir. A new student, I see. And what might your name be? Oh my god. Okay, that's the first voice. Okay. He has a lovely voice, dark and rich, with a refined British accent, and he doesn't seem to be too angry with me. I relax a little. Tallulah Sugar, sir. I just got here and I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be. Bat your eyelashes, girly. My voice trails off as I notice he's no longer looking at me. Instead, he's paging through the large book he has been carrying. Miss Sugar, is it? Wild Seed. How unsurprising. This voice is awful. Wild? More than likely a complete waste of my time. You have no idea how much you have been given and you will throw it all away. His accent is totally changed. He scribbles something into the book, then slams it shut. So dramatic. 10 demerits. Not a promising start. What? 10 demerits? What are you doing? Pay more attention to your studies than you do where you are walking, Miss Sugar, or you'll find yourself expelled from academy before the new year. Wow, what an ass. Like, literally, I bumped into you. You need to calm down. With a snap of his wrist, he whips his cape around him and stalks away. I haven't even started school yet, and already one of my teachers hates me. Well, he seems like a douchebag, so don't worry. After a bit of looking around, I found the way into the girls' dormitories and located my hall. There are 9 doors in this hall, only one of which is labelled bathroom. If each bedroom has at least 2 girls in it, I hope that's the big bathroom. My own letter informed me I would have 2 roommates, but didn't tell me their names or anything about them. I haven't seen anyone wearing a horse insignia. All I can do is find my room and wait for them to show up. Here it is. We've not even moved. It's the same hallway. Here it is, room 3. I open the door and pick up my suitcases. Walking inside, I find a fairly ordinary looking... Why is there only 2 beds? There's supposed to be 3 of us in here. I find a fairly ordinary looking bedroom. No skulls or drippy candles or black light posters on the walls. No incense or crystals anywhere. Unless they just haven't had time to unpack yet. Oh, appearing from nowhere, a girl who had been sitting on one of the beds stands up. Hello? You're a horse. I didn't mean that the way it sounded. Hi, I'm Tallulah. Are you my roommate? One of them. I'm Ellen. That's Virginia's bed, but she went out to talk to somebody. I should do this with someone else because this is horrendous. How am I supposed to remember all these accents, right? Nice to meet you. Where are you from? Virginia, the state, I mean. I'm not sure where Virginia the girl is from. I tilt my head. You don't have much of a southern accent. Damn right she doesn't. It's not that far south and my family wasn't from there. What about you? New Hampshire, not too far from here. New Hampshire in Scotland, okay? Are all those books yours? Yeah. There aren't any computers here, so I brought my old encyclopedias. And those are textbooks from the classes I would be taking this year at my other school if I hadn't left. You must be a really good student. Not really, I probably won't even open them, but I didn't know what I need, and I didn't want to need something and not have it. Those books are everything I could find about magic, the real kind, now that I know it's real. Yeah, isn't it great? We're going to be witches like in the movies. Oh good, you're wild seed too. What does wild seed mean? I'm going to take a wild guess and go with half-blood. It means your parents weren't magic, so you're like a wildflower. I take it this is Virginia. She holds out a hand for me to shake. Me, my family's all magical, so I always knew I'd be a bitch. I'm Virginia. She is a pretty strong grip. Tallulah. Pleasure to meet ya. Don't know what accent that is, guys, just ignore it. Is it possible being wild? No, is it a problem being wild? I met a professor and he was sort of rude about it. A professor? Shaggy black hair, big nose? Yeah, I sort of bumped into him. Oh no, now you'll be on Grabby's backlist. Blacklist? He's called Grabby? Okay. The professor grabs girls? No, that's his name, Professor Grabiner. He hates me. He hates everybody, so it doesn't make much difference. Don't worry about it, nobody cares if you're a born witch or not. Not really. And everybody's scared of Grabby, he's a monster. William warned me about him. Who's William? My big brother. Bigger brother. He's a senior. Donald's a freshman like us. They're in Wolf Hall. But not enough boys. But enough about boys. What sports do you play? What do you like? I like softball, but I'm better at volleyball. Good strong arms. Me, I prefer soccer. Oh my god. Soccer. What about you, Tallulah? I guess mostly best at track. I like to run. Okay, so Tallulah is not me. That is not an accurate representation of me, because I can't run. Your legs, her arms, and my fighting spirit. We're the total package. Go horses. I've just noticed what a cleavage she's got. I know she doesn't have a low cut top, but she certainly has a cleavage. Are there sports team for wizards here? Not exactly. They're bounders, but that's not a real sport. But there is a gym, and we can start our own sports team if we have to. Right, Tallulah? I guess? Sorry, I'm rolling you over, aren't I? I'll let you unpack. Come on, Ellen, I'll introduce you to my brothers. Huh? Okay. I'll stay here and unpack. I want to meet the boys. Let's see the boys. I want to meet them too. The only wizard I've met so far was that horrible professor. I can unpack later. I hate unpacking too. I made my mom do it. Ha! Lazy. Shall we? Do you still want me to come? Why wouldn't I? Come on. Virginia leads us unerringly through the maze of school hallways to one of the boys' sections. I'm going to have to do boy accents now. Oh my lord. Need a hand, ladies? No, I'm just looking for... Suddenly, a water balloon flies out of an open door and smacks into the side of Virginia's head. Donald! Yes! Perfect shot. The two boys exchange high fives. This is my brother, Donald, the complete dork. You're going to be in so much trouble. What are you going to do, urchin? Tell Mum and me she's not here. I don't have to do anything. You'll end up being in detention by the end of the week just by being you. Look at me, I'm all wet. Well, you're a witch now, right? Magic yourself dry. Come on, Luke. Donald returns to his room, followed by the other boy, who bumps into the doorframe briefly on his way out of sight. Grrr. V, is that you? Hey, V, all moved in? That's a boy. Boy? What? Are you with? Thanks to Donald and his new best friend. Oh, that's not a boy. Oh, poor thing. Here, let me. He holds out his hand and a gust of hot air blows through the corridor, melting away the droplets of water that clung to Virginia's hair, which looks like snakes anyway. Aren't you going to introduce us? That's right, Tallulah, get in there. Right, guys, this is William, my good brother. Virginia grabs Ellen's hand and drags her forward. And these are my new roommates, Ellen and Tallulah. It's a pleasure to meet you. Well, have boy hair and it might be. You too. You keep an eye on V now, she's a little scamp. She'll get you into trouble. Is that your nickname, V? No shit, Sherlock. No, that's just what William calls me, which is better than what Donald calls me. Poor Virginia. I use my whole name. It's not that long. You kids should probably run along. Freshman orientation is tomorrow, and you'll have a busy week ahead of you. All right, William. Not to mention initiation. Initiation? You'll find out. With a wink. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I suppose he's right. We should get back to our room. I still have to unpack. Tomorrow we start learning magic. Exciting stuff. Morning assembly. At 9 AM on Monday morning, all the freshmen are gathered in the gymnasium wearing capes and robes just like me. But they're not completely like me. One boy has furry ears and a long, fluffy tail. Oh, she's lovely. One girl has glittering wings. And that girl looks like a vampire. And she's a snake, look. Is that what it means to be a born witch, being something other than human? Virginia looks normal, but she could be hiding something under her robes. No, that's just silly. She could be hiding a penis. The muttering and shuffling of students drops off as someone, oh no, another voice, steps up to the platform. Hello, my little flower buds. She's awesome, look at her. Welcome to Iris Academy. I start to applaud, but freeze as I realise that no one else is. Then Virginia beside me picks up clapping loudly. Soon the whole room is cheering. Oh, good on you, Virginia. The witch holds up her hands and the room settles back into silence. I love her accessories. She's all glam. My name is Professor Potsdam, and I will be one of your instructors in the ways of magic. For some of you, this is the beginning of an adventure such as you never imagined. For others, this is only the next step in a journey that you have been expecting all of your lives. At Iris Academy, we teach spelling using the pentachromatic system. Red magic is forceful, but not necessarily violent. That's up here. Blue is the colour of transformation and change. Green is the colour of life and the world of plants and animals. White magic affects the mind and spirit, and black magic is contained within physical objects. Your palette should contain a few dabs of every magical colour, but a beautiful painting doesn't need every shade and style that matters. You all have different strengths, different talents, and here at Iris Academy we embrace that diversity and tailor your education to your needs. So Professor Potsdam has a speech problem. She forgets her accent every now and then, just so you know, and don't draw attention to Professor Potsdam because it's a shame to tease people for that. Choose your schedule to focus your personal talents. Don't try to become a reflection of your classmates. Follow your own star, wherever that may lead you. That is the way in which you are all alike. You'll each have your own future, and I know you'll make us proud. Her starry-eyed way of speaking reminds me a little bit of my old school guidance counsellor, but she certainly seems nicer than Professor Grabiner. I wonder which class she teaches. You've been divided into halls to help you make friends with classmates who share similar interests. For the girls, we have adventurous horses, the charming butterflies, and the mysterious snakes. Each group claps as their name is called. The horses louder than others. So that's Gryffindor then. Or perhaps that's just because I'm sitting with more of them. Oh well, that could also be true. For the boys, we have the daring wolves, the elegant falcons, and the eldritch toads. I'm not sure what eldritch means, but toads sound even worse than snakes. I hope you'll all become good friends, not just in each hall, and not just in your year, but throughout the whole academy. But most importantly, I hope you'll get to know and trust your roommates, so that by the end of the year you'll be able to work as a team for your final exams. And I know you're all looking forward to your exams. Yes? No. The audience predictably groans. Aww. For testing purposes, your instructions will regularly set you practical challenges in the school dungeons. The school has dungeons? Each task has many possible solutions. You will need to make creative use of spells that you have chosen to learn, so think ahead about what might be useful and how. Okay, are you all ready for magic? Open up your diaries and begin penciling in your schedule. Okay, so I need to choose which classes to attend this week. There are classes for each kind of magic, plus general studying, which sounds boring, and gym class, which I've always liked. I can also schedule free time to relax and unwind. So this is where our choices come into play. So for most of my life, my classes have been planned out for me by my school. It wasn't until last year that I got to make any choices at all. Cantonese, French or Spanish, physics, chemistry or biology. Well, I would choose Spanish because I like Spanish people more than French people. And I would choose biology because it's certainly easier than physics or chemistry. No offence to French people, by the way. I love everyone. But there's something about the Spanish person that's hilarious. Still, everyone had to have the same number of classes and they all started and ended at the same time. You couldn't get out of it. If I could choose whatever schedule I want here, what would happen if I never went to classes at all? Would they really let me get away with that? What should I do this week? Oh my god, right, okay, so this is our choices then. So, oh, and that's the timer, right. Well, we need to make these choices. So basically what you've just saw, guys, was the start up to the story. So that was a lot of talking and a lot of reading and a lot of bad accents. However, going forward, you're going to have a lot more choices to make. So Monday, that's today, do we want to do the red magic class, the blue, the green, the black, the white, gym time, study time, or sleep? I think I would quite like to go to, I can't remember what each magic was for, to be quite honest with you, so we'll just do that one. Monday, and then Tuesday, let's go to the kinda earthy one. And then on Wednesday, we'll have some study time. Can you go to both? No. Have some study time, and then Thursday, we'll, what will we have? We'll have some of that. And then on Friday, we'll have some of that. I'm not really interested in the gym, and I think we'll definitely be able to get sleep at night, so I'm not really needing this. Although, I've got a certain suspicion that the stress bar might be high without sleep. But anyway, done. Let's see. So this is our first activity, which is red. Oh no! This is Mr. Graberson's classes. Right, guys, so I am going to leave it there. I think this is a good time before we start this class. I know that this is completely weird for me, and I hope that you've stuck with me. If you have, I actually love you so much, because a lot of people will basically click onto this and think, what on earth? But anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of choices and classes and whatnot. And if you like this video, leave it a big like, because it's the best way for me to know that you like this, obviously, and you want me to continue it. So if you don't really like it, then that's fine. We won't bother doing it anymore, and I'll just play it myself. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and if you like it, there will be a part 2, a part 3, part 4, but we'll wait and see what you say first of all. So I'll talk to you in the very next part. Bye guys.